After night gave way to day, we continued our journey into Ely, Nevada to visit a historic working railroad. While most train stations across America have given way to newer developments, Ely's trains are still running strong.
The Nevada Northern Railway National Historic Landmark Museum started in 1984. And the way it came about is the copper mine had ceased producing copper, they had closed the smelter, and that was the principal employer in town. And when the principal employer left town, took all the money out of town, the community came to the mine and said, couldn't you run excursion trains for us? The mine said, no, we're in the mining business and we're leaving. And so the community came back to the mine and said, well, you know, since you don't need the railroad anymore, can we have it and run our own excursion trains? And the mine said, okay.
As a museum, this train station is about more than just the preservation of artifacts. It's a working museum, complete with a machine shop where ongoing maintenance and repairs take place. Even when new parts are needed, they're tooled using original equipment and methods, as well as authentic materials. An apprenticeship program provides on-the-job experience to ensure that the skills and expertise necessary to operate and support train systems is passed along to keep this history alive. We watched in awe as pieces were worked with the precision of a trained surgeon on equipment that dated back a century. From rivets to axles, everything here is the real deal. Even original paint colors are kept authentic. From the smell of grease to the sounds of the train yard, we felt transported to a different time and place. The conductor was out of a storybook.
All aboard!
And the passenger train was in as good of condition as it was on the day it first served the public. We boarded the train and made our way to a table for four. There's something very special and nostalgic about traveling by train, feeling the chug of the wheels on the track beneath us and the power of this rolling machine of steel. We watched the high desert scenery pass by, devoid of traffic jams and city high-rises, and thoroughly appreciated the moment and experience of the Nevada Northern Railway.
Nearby Ely, Nevada is an often overlooked gem of a destination, Great Basin National Park. Imagine a place where hot desert valleys meet mountain ranges with peaks soaring above 13,000 feet. This is home to the only glacier in Nevada. Cool mountain streams provide pristine habitat for the Bonneville cutthroat trout. A rich geological history has been preserved within the limestone walls and unusual formations of Lehman Cave. With a variety of forest types, wildlife is everywhere. Of all the fantastic sights and wildlife you can see right here at Great Basin National Park, there's one animal that's fairly common that's often overlooked. But if you keep your ears open and your eyes peeled, you might just get a chance to see this little jewel of an animal known as the black-chin hummingbird. These small birds can be seen feeding on brightly colored flowers such as penstemon and thistle. Male black-chin hummingbirds can easily be identified by their black chin that iridesces purple. Females lack this coloration but often have black iridescent speckles on their chin. In spring after mating, females will construct a nest out of spiderwebs, feathers, and other assorted items from nature. These small golf ball-sized homes may be disguised with feathers, bark, or lichen as camouflage. Hummingbirds are territorial. Spacing the nest well away from other birds, yet close to food sources, are critical factors in their placement. As a work in progress, the mother-to-be shapes both the inside and exterior of the nest like an experienced potter. Measuring only 3.5 inches long and weighing less than a teaspoon of sugar, the extremely high metabolism of hummingbirds requires them to consume large quantities of nectar. Fueling up on nectar is especially important before taking on the chores of parenthood. Even without this preparation, a hummingbird may visit 1,000 flowers in a single day. When her nest is finished, a clutch of 2 white eggs the size of jelly beans will be laid 1 or 2 days apart. Not surprising, these are the smallest eggs in the bird world. It will take just 2 weeks for the eggs to hatch. During this period of incubation, the mother will keep her eggs covered 60 to 80% of the time. She'll leave only to feed and fetch any repair material needed to strengthen her nest. Although born helpless and naked with dark gray skin, the chicks are soon covered in pin feathers. A feeding schedule of tiny insects begins every few minutes. Later it will slow down to 2 to 3 times an hour. The mother bird will continue to keep the young birds warm and fed until their feathers are grown enough to provide their own warmth and they're ready to fly, a process that can take almost a month. The telltale sign that the birds have hatched are the black nodules seen around the rim of the nest. This is expelled waste from the chicks and is made up of undigested insect parts. Caring for her young, the striking iridescence of the hummingbird's back green feathers can be seen. Like soap bubbles, these colors appear to switch on and off depending on the light source and angle of the viewer. This is useful for male hummingbirds that want to impress females, or females who want to blend into the colors of their surroundings. After about 3 weeks, these baby hummingbirds will begin testing out their wings in preparation for flight. The mother will continue to provide food for the fledglings for 2 to 3 days after leaving the nest. During this time, she will show them all the good places to catch insects and get nectar. There is little time for sentiment, as it's not uncommon for a mother hummingbird to begin constructing another nest while still feeding her soon-to-fly-away brood. Contrasting the intricacies of their lives with the size of their bodies, the hummingbird is truly a remarkable wonder of nature.
During the time of the Pony Express, over 135 years ago, Nevada wasn't even a state. It was still a territory. It makes me think of how fast the world is changing as we continue on our journey of wonders of the West.
Wonders of the West is sponsored by the Nevada Commission on Tourism. Explore the Silver State's wonders, nature, history, and culture for yourself. Travel and tourism information is available at travelnevada.com. Additional funding is provided by YESCO, creativity, ingenuity, and reliable service since 1920 for all of your project needs. Find out how we can work together at yesco.com.